What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of Wristwatch Addiction, my dumb little wristwatch channel here. I'm Paul. Thank you for stopping by. Subscribe if you haven't, like if you haven't. Really appreciate it. It's your good deed for the week because it helps my channel out. So on to today. Well, what are we doing? Well, my good friend Scott over at Scott Keeps Time on Instagram, he sent me a surprise. He said, hey, I've got this watch. You can do an unboxing, review, whatever you want. Just got it in. I'm going to ship it out to you. I'm like, what is it? He said, you'll see when you get it. So I got it. I'm wearing it. I love it. But we're gonna do a good, maybe not deep dive, but dive into the brand new titanium DLC Casio Gshock Square. So if that sounds good to you, stay tuned. We'll be right back. See you in a second. All right, guys, thanks once again for stopping by. I said brand new. I should clarify. This was brand new in 2019. This is brand new to Scott, brand new to my viewing. This piece is actually pre-owned, but in very good condition. Still in the original shipping case from Gshock themselves. So let's go ahead and take that out. Do a light unboxing here. It has been unboxed before. Beautiful Gshock case for, Gshocks. Usually you get a little tin. This is much, much nicer. I wouldn't say it's, beautiful as far as beautiful goes, but as far as Gshock goes, yeah, this is pretty phenomenal. So getting all that stuff out of the way, the instruction manual, that sort of thing, we're going to go straight into the Gshock box. You have a little coating on the top. This is Gshock covering here, a little piece of paper, and then the Gshock Square itself. And this is the GMW-B5000 TB-1. This is a titanium DLC gold-plated Gshock. So, yeah, if you've ever wanted a gold and a titanium Gshock, you have the combination right here. Now, I'm going to look at the website while we look at the actual watch and talk a little bit about it. Beautiful with these gold accents, beautiful with this DLC coating over this titanium. And I should say, if you don't know what DLC stands for, it stands for diamond-like carbon. So you have a diamond-like carbon strength coating over an already super strong titanium. This is very similar to my GMW B5000 D1, the polished Gshock 5000. This is a two-way time sync with Bluetooth watch, multi-band 6 atomic timekeeping, which means there's signals from 6 transmitters worldwide, always trying to interact with this watch. Solar illuminator, LED light that has a full auto option that'll come on when you lift the wrist. Obviously, a solar battery, as you can see, 200 meter water resistance. It's a 49.3 millimeter by 43.2 millimeter case with a 13 millimeter thickness. This one is just 110 grams, guys, and we're going to compare that with mine here in a little bit. Time calibration, signal reception. You get all the same stuff as you would with your standard Gshocks. 5 world time, 39 time zone, daylight savings time, hour time, world time flipping, 1/100th second stopwatch, elapsed time, split time. This one gives you first and second place on that timer. Countdown timers. I mean, you get it all. Comparing to my $550 GMW B5000 D1, This one comes in at 167 grams as opposed to this 110 gram masterpiece. And you can see that DLC coating and the gold really changes the look. And if you notice, there's no scratches. There's a little bit of debris from the box there on the clasp. I'll wipe off in a little bit, but when I have a hand free, but no scratches as opposed to my polished one, which had a lot of scratches on that clasp. And then looking at the front, the low polish of that face just makes the whole watch look smaller. I like that they've used the gold to highlight the protection and Gshock emblems on the bezel. Still using the brick face, the brick kind of aesthetic around the time display, time and date display, but changing up the entire look with that dark titanium, the DLC coating over the dark titanium, and the gold accents. Taking it outside, absolutely beautiful watch. I love everything about this watch. This is a pre-owned model, and as you see, not a single scratch on it. Now, I did mention the clasp does have a little debris there that will wipe off, and wiping it, you can kind of hear possibly it is a fairly rough coating, which is kind of interesting. It's almost like a brushed coating as opposed to this polish, which does not wipe off. Once you get that scratch, it's there forever. The protection on this is just fantastic, and something I wish they had done with all of the Gshock steel. I mean, even at $550, I would have liked to seen it. This one is a $1,700 watch, guys, if you can even find it. This was limited edition in 2019. No longer being produced. You can see where some of that DLC coating has worn off inside the clasp where the open and close function has rubbed. But that is the only place from 2019 to currently in May of 2021 where you have any wear at all. Case back, also the same as the rest of the watch. The case back on this model is titanium. So you get the case back, the band, the case itself, and the bezel all in titanium with the sapphire crystal and the DLC coating over all of it. Same clasp as on my GMWB 5000 D1. Same bracelet, same everything, just DLC coated titanium, and then the gold plated accents to boot. Talking about the rest of this watch, you have the same stuff as you do on mine. You have the 5 daily alarms with 1 snooze. You have a power savings feature. You have low battery alerts. Full auto calendar up to 2099, 12 or 24 hour time format. You have a switchable day and date display, so if you're in the US or Britain, you can switch those. Time function, obviously. Accuracy is plus or minus 15 seconds if it's not connected and calibrated with the app. It does have an app we're going to take a look at here in a second. 10 months on full charge from the solar battery. And if you've watched my previous video on my polish, you've noticed I've had some issues with that while I put this one on. Turns out that was user error. The Bluetooth was constantly trying to connect to the watch, burning down the battery. Once I figured out how to actually use that by reading the instructions, I have not had that problem. So thanks to my viewers and the commenters on that previous video, that has been taken care of as we go through some of the functions like the world time, the countdown timer, the stopwatch here, and then just looking through that. Just like your standard G-Shock, you have your top left button for setting, a lower left button for scrolling through, and then the other two buttons for forward or reverse of the settings. And then obviously those buttons change within the functions. So depending on the function you're using, that function may be different. It may be a light, it may be a start-stop, that sort of thing, just like with the 5000 in the full polish. Look, I love this thing, but it's hefty. This is really nice. This weight on this feels like what it should have felt like on the full metal, if I'm being honest. It's not overly light like many titanium watches. It does have some weight to it at 110 grams, but it doesn't feel like just a brick on your wrist, which honestly the full metal steel sometimes can be. This one feels very much like my, I would say it feels very similar to my Omega Speedmaster Mark II from 1972. It's light, but not crazy light. So guys, what would you choose? Would you spend the $1,700 on the DLC coated titanium and gold? Or would you spend it $550 on the full metal square? Or would you just drop $110 for the vinyl version? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to have links to both of these, both from the Gshock website and from the Amazon affiliate links, guys. You can also find them on eBay and What You Seek and other sources as well. One thing that's super cool, when it's linked to the app, you can see the time is exact. It's going to link to the exact time that's on your phone, exact time that's on the app. And if you have multiple of these Gshock Bluetooth pieces, they're going to link to each other exactly. Something that the OCD in me just absolutely loves. Yeah, I literally have nothing bad to say about this watch. So let's take a look at it at night. You can see the illumination is fantastic. If you have one of these guys, one of the non-Bluetooth version Gshock squares, you'll notice it's much, much brighter, the backlit is. And looking at the app, we're going to go through some of these functions. I'm not going to highlight any of them. I'm just going to scroll through and so you can see sort of how the app works. It's basically an instruction manual and a connectivity function app all in one. So you pop on there, you read it like I did not, and you can figure out how to work your Gshock. You can see some of the functions. Mine is already connected, so they're not accessible at the moment, but some of the functions that this one has. Something you can't add to it is a Strapsco watch strap, but go check out the link for Strapsco, as they do help the channel with an affiliate link, guys, and they do have some fantastic straps. Buy two, get one free going on right now. Most of my watches are on Strapsco straps. They've been good to me and they'll be good to you. And if you want to pick up some merch from the channel, go check out my Teespring channel for some t-shirts, some accessories like this mug that I use every single day, guys. Thank you guys for watching this update. Thanks again to Scott Keeps Time for sending me this watch. I really enjoyed it.